Hello, trading is closed on October 30th, 2018. Let's go over our calls. We thought this low would hold. That did. Looked for a pattern with the early low. That's what we got. We thought there'd be negative prices at some point, which we got. And we had a target about, 40 some points away, 2683.04. And we got that too. Be nice if predictions worked that well every day, but of course that's impossible. Trying to get to the next page. Here we go. During the day, MEJT said ultimately higher price it would print. We get the minimum. Usually we get more than the minimum. System said this drop would retrace. Said this rally would retrace. All that's worked. So we don't have any new MEJT stuff for tomorrow. We have a pattern with an early low, an all-day rally, and closing at the high. Unless it's invalidated by gapping down sharply, it's a bullish pattern and should lead to higher prices. In addition, tomorrow's pattern is the one with the early low, should have a late high and a strong tendency to rally throughout the day. So unless we invalidate today's action by gapping down sharply, I'm looking for higher prices tomorrow, what I think a decent chance for an all-day rally. Now, how likely is this to hold and how high could we go? Well, we have some targets here. This higher one I don't think is going to print. I think this one is well within reach, and these aren't out of the question. Well, here's our recent action. You draw a Fibonacci grid. You can see all these perfect hits right on the targets. I don't know exactly how to count all these waves, but this is a 3, that's a 3, and that's a pretty clear 5. And in addition to everything we showed yesterday, the perfect hits on the Fibonacci grid certainly suggest that this is the end of the first wave down, and this 5 wave is a complete pattern. There's no law that says the B has to retrace to one of these Fibonacci lines, but in general, if this low holds, and if that's A, you would anticipate having a clearly defined blue B, which often is of comparable magnitude to this A. In other words, it wouldn't be just a squiggle here, although it could be. You would think these retracement lines were reasonable price targets, and it wouldn't surprise me if we got into the low 2700s, but I don't think this low here in the 2860s is necessarily out of reach. Not tomorrow, obviously, but this is a pretty strong divergence at the lows. You can see how we recovered over another low with today's action. That's pretty major divergence. This is a huge further drop here through a number of reasonable places for the decline to end without confirmation on these indicators. And if this holds, I would expect to move up, which would not be small. So it's looking like we're going to go up again. And if I'm wrong, it should be clear to see early on, because if I'm wrong, we should invalidate this move early. If we don't trade lower in the first hour or two by a significant margin, I look for higher prices, and there could be significant room on the upside. That's today's call.